So let's talk a little bit about the ethical dilemma rubric. And on your on the on the course rubrics tab, there is a link to the rubric itself, which gives you an indication of how these 4 papers are going to be graded. And there are 4 ethical dilemmas. The kidnapping, which is going to be graded in week 2. The whistleblower, which you'll find in week 4. The war story from the Jetmore text in week 6, and then the final ethical dilemma, the 4th one, the new corrections officer, in the 8th week folder. So the how will the ethical dilemma be graded? Well, there are 4 critical elements to the ethical dilemmas. First of all, you must identify and evaluate the relevant facts. And this means that, first of all, you must maintain an open mind until the conclusion. Don't want to see any opinions as to how this should come out or what you think should happen. I mean, you're at this point in time, you're just identifying the relevant facts, what's not relevant, what what the dilemma tells you and what it doesn't tell you. And then you must identify the most relevant fact for direct action, which is usually one fact or the most important fact. And then the second critical element is the identification of a precise moral question. And here you must identify the precise moral question that's to be answered. And it's usually what you've identified in your first critical element of the relevant facts as to the most relevant fact for direct action. And then the third critical element is the correct application of all 3 major ethical theories. And you have to apply all 3 of the ethical traditions: virtue ethics, utilitarianism, including both Jeremy Bentham's perspective and John Stuart Mill's perspective as far as utilitarianism is concerned, and finally Kant's moral duty to the moral question. And what I'm looking for is your knowledge of the theory, of the principles of the theory. So just don't, go in and say virtue ethics and then start drawing some conclusion. You got to give me some basis as to what virtue ethics would have to say about this precise moral question. And the 4th critical element is spelling, grammar, and organization. And there must be no errors related to the organization, and I give you what the organization is in each one of the critical elements. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, and you must organize your paper according to how I've identified how you need to organize your paper. There must be no errors regarding grammar and spelling. Your font has to be 11 or 12 only, and it must be at least 1,000 words. And do not forget the comments that are at the bottom of the rubric, which gives you some information about what I'm looking for. So be sure that you read those critical elements. And that is it.